Hey YouTube, it's your girl Duchess here with a live review impromptu. Sisters, um, season 7, episode 17, Taste of Freedom. It is back, y'all. It's heated up just like I thought, and I enjoyed the episode. So let's get into it. Gary has opened up these photos. The assistant has brought the photos that he has taken of Jordan with his drunken night. We find out later that these photos consist of him with women and men, a wild night. Just, yeah. He wants Andy back, and this is going to be his avenue to embarrass Jordan. What I found interesting is that his team, like the little henchman guy that's with him with the dark curly hair, um, and the assistant, Jordan's assistant, as he's gloating and excited about it and all of that, it looks like they're not. It looks like they're not too thrilled. You know, they're giving him. They're not celebrating with him like I would expect them to. So maybe they will help with this Gary situation because he is out of control. Anywho, Jordan doesn't remember anything. He's hungover, of course, and um, Andy is at his Andy is at his condo, and she's nursing him, giving him some meds and some water. And I'm glad that their tension is subsiding about Penelope. Um, they they seem to be getting along and settling into their natural space. So she understands that he's been stressing, and she's gonna nurse him a little bit. She's coming over later to make dinner for him and have a date, and maybe even have some fun time later. So yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that she's doing that for them, doing that for him. And so Maurice is at the bank and he's sharing way too much TMI. I did get a chuckle at his woes though. And him saying he may as well tuck his Peter. I thought that was funny. Sabrina booed Rich. He stopped in and he brought juice. She called him out for thinking she's trying to trap him. And I'm proud of her for doing that because she's exactly right. He says that he loves her. Like, he's not trying to have any issues. He's trying to apologize, but she is standing her ground. Um, she also wants to slow things down a little bit. I like that for her too. Sabrina has gotten the memo. He is not happy about it. And he's thinking it's a breakup. And she's like, no, it's not a breakup. But we definitely need to slow down on the sex. So, um, he says he loves her. We'll see what that looks like. But I think she's right to break things down. And Maurice got on my nerves in a good way. Like, he was sending him right out the door, listening to their conversation being way, way too much. But for some reason, I wasn't annoyed by him because it's kind of typical Maurice, and I think a girlfriend would do the same thing. Um, but I mean, they are at work, and he is pushing those boundaries. So I do like that she sent him packing with something to think about. Um, Fatima caught Hayden and Grandma Marie in the parking lot. She confronts Hayden and calls him on his desperation. This is so odd to me to see them kind of like together and doing what they do, child. Anyway, I'm talking about Hayden and Grandma Marie, honey. That's just so odd to me. But she confronts Hayden and calls him out on being desperate and willing to do anything to, get the upper hand or whatever. And Hayden is speaking to, she needed a ride and called him. And you know, that's what he was there for. And so then he teases Fatima, asks her, what you jealous, kind of. He didn't say it like that, but he was asking her, is he jealous that she missed that thing that he has. Baby, she don't want that pencil, Peter. And that's exactly what she said. And she walked right in and called Andy and spilled the beans. I did like that in that conversation. Andy still plans to make partner despite all the things that are going on with Penelope and Jordan and all of that. She's still focused on work, and um, her first order of business when she does make partner is to get rid of Hayden. Hmm. We'll see how that goes. So Danny and her boo is flirting at work. Tony, I got his name. Um, they're flirting at work. Of course, he has his Peter out. He even has some keys to some rooms that they can go and get down, but she declines. He let her know that he's going to be late for dinner, that there is a family date with the kids and the ex, just trying to show some normalcy to the kids. Since the divorce, they kind of took it hard. It's nothing for Danny to worry about. She may even be seeing someone else. Like, it's strictly that. Danny does ask him, is he sure that this lady doesn't want him? And he says he's sure. And so he's being really sweet. He said that he would compromise and call her on the way. And well, I wouldn't say compromise is the best word. He's reassuring her. He called her on the way. He said he would call her on the way to the restaurant, and then he would call her when he's on the way to her house. And then she was cool. She was chill. She didn't give him any problems. And he is sweet, but I still don't like him for her. Um, he's always empty-handed with his Peter out, as far as I can tell. But anywho, the only one who has chivalry together is Jordan. Too bad he's given high schooler. He just doesn't seem to be mature to me. Just his look, and I haven't forgotten about that bang. But I do like that he doesn't show up, um, you know, ready to get down. So he does have the chivalry thing down, and I just thought I'd give him a little point there. Angie and Trey are talking about her business. She's at the salon, of course, and he stops in to see her, checking in to see how things are going. He's saying all the right things. They're flirting. He's attentive and showing up, and I like that about Trey. She gives him her business plan, and she also tells him that she's taking some of his feedback and giving out some of her products and that sort of a thing. And I like their dynamic. Zach stops in to see Karen. He and Aaron have squashed their beef. They are good. They are brothers in this co-parenting thing, and I like that for them too. And he asked Karen about doing, making a better job, doing a better job, or making effort into squashing things with Fatima because it will be what's best for the kids, and them getting along. So Karen is not trying to hear that. She basically almost ends Zach mid sentence and pushes him on out the door. She was pleasant. She wasn't mean, but she definitely was not trying to hear anything about being nice to Fatima. So hopefully she will grow out of that because that does need to happen. She's going to have to get over Zach. I mean, we've said that before, but yeah, she's going to have to do that. They're back at the office. Andy and Fatima. Marie is glowing. It's clear they are boning. Andy and Fatima both peeped that out. And Hayden he's outpacing Andy. They had a meeting. There was some trick that her ex-husband did to kind of make her look bad. She's not upset about it, but she does call Andy out on being late to work in her mind, and not knowing about the issues. So Yeah, Hayden is slapping her in this case, and of course he's got it. I mean, he got his hand in the cookie jar, so it's not hard. But Andy gonna have to step it up if she's really trying to make partner. But Fatima talking about is giving Eartha Eartha Kitt and Eddie Murphy. That tickled me. It tickled me, and the accuracy, like I was not ready for that, but it is accurate. So Tony is at the dinner with the ex-wife. This lady wants him. I told y'all that she was gonna be a problem. He spills a drink. She's touching his lap and you know cleaning his lap up and just being kind of touchy feely. She touches him on the hand, and it's obvious to me. It's obvious, and the kids do ask about Danny, and she's like, she's not part of the family. And I do like that Tony corrected her and said she's my girlfriend, so she is a part of the family. He also mentioned that she may be ready for another babysitting time or kid sitting time because they're not babies. And I like that his effort in letting her know that that Danny is involved. Y'all, this lady asked him, did he want to do a sleepover? Like what? So, yeah, she's a problem. And she made some snide remark about Danny too. I mean, Andy too. No, Danny. She did make some snide remark when they mentioned her name, or maybe she even brought her up. So I'm not liking it, but I guess the drama is needed. So there we are. I like that Sabrina and Andy had this very nice conversation. So Sabrina called Andy, and Andy's making dinner for Jordan, and they're just having a girlfriend chat. And Sabrina fills her in on the latest status with her and her not so much boo anymore. She also says that she may be wasting her time with being involved with him. He's made it clear that he doesn't want kids. And I'm like, that is very realistic. So I'm glad she's coming around with that. And Andy's honest with her and says, me and the girls are kind of on the same page. We talked about it. And I like that Sabrina didn't get an attitude or anything. I really do like the healthy dynamic between their friendship. So, next, let's see. Maurice is in the club talking about going over to see Grayson. Grayson, after his moment, Grayson packed up all his things and left his apartment, and they haven't spoken. And his friend is giving him a pep talk, like, go and see him. And Maurice says that he's going to go and see him. But just before he can go and do that, Grayson is in the club. He's talking to a gentleman, and Maurice has a complete girl fan out moment. I mean, it was really embarrassing. And it turns out that the guy that he was talking to was his coworker. Maurice didn't care about that. He's given the drama and being the jealous ex or whatever you want to call it. I really can't do without the scene, but I mean, it's in there. So there you go. Fatima and Zach are cute. I am not feeling this PJ shirt, this yellow PJ shirt that Zach has worn this episode. But they are cute. She's doing so good with Michael, reading to him. Zach brought her some wine, and they're kind of settling in, and I'm hopeful. Like I'm really hopeful for them. Zach also approaches the subject with Fatima about her and Karen getting along and just her making the effort. Fatima does agree with him, and she reminds him that it's Karen that always has the beef, but she will try. And she also tells him to, that he needs to talk to Karen. He said he would. We all know that he's already talked to her and she shut it down, but he didn't need to tell Fatima that. I guess he'll keep trying. Andy and Jordan are having dinner. She finally admits she loves him, and Gary is listening in. He may even be watching because it looks like he's on like this little screen, and he's ticked off. Mm, mm, mm. Jordan wants to pray, and he's praying. He's thankful for Andy. He's praying for his sister Penelope. And when he gets to that part, Andy cannot hold the tea. She spills it that Penelope is alive. She's working with the FBI. She's in witness protection. They want her and Penelope to um, testify against Gary. Y'all, I'm tired. But I wanted to do this live because I know that it's impromptu, you know. Um, but I couldn't hold it. And I'll probably do a pre-recorded one too tomorrow, but I just wanted to come in. Anyway, as she spills that, Jordan is ticked off again. And Gary, of course, is heated because he hears everything. And I was hoping that she wouldn't do that. But I mean, I do understand why she told him. So he's ticked off again that she held that from him and that she saw him stressing and all of that. So there's that. We'll see if they survive. Tony declined the sleepover. He did make her coffee. Sorry, let me rephrase. So it's the next morning, and Danny wakes up, and Tony is in the living room getting dressed. She didn't hear him come in, and but he did make her coffee, and that is a gesture because I haven't seen him make any this kind of partner like gestures for her. So I'm gonna give him that point for that. And they're catching up about the dinner. He withholds the information about this ex-wife and how she was trying him. Excuse me, and how she was not very receptive to Danny's mentioning. And I agree with him on that he did that because she's already feeling some type of way. So why add to her insecurity? So I get why he did that. I like the way that he's handling this situation so far. I really do. I like the way that he's handling the situation so far. I don't think that there's much more that he can do as long as he keeps his boundaries. But it does seem like this ex-wife is coming back for more than just visiting her kids, honey. She definitely showing an interest. So anyway, he declines to get in a morning romp with Danny. He's got to get to work. He doesn't have an issue with her being her. Like he's a VP of at the airline and whatever company that he works for there. And she's smoking weed and I don't know if I can say weed on YouTube. I hope I can. But she's partaking in this kind of stuff, and he does allow her to be herself, and so I like that between them. I like that between them too. He's kind of stepped up this episode. Y'all know it don't take much from me. Anyway, so Gary walks up on Andy. She's in the garage. She drops something. She picks it up, and he is standing there. He's got pics of Jordan being compromised, as I mentioned that in the beginning of this interview. I guess we got what his motives are, and he spills all the tea. He tells her, calls her on them planning on testifying to the FBI, and Penelope, the situation with Penelope tells her that he got both of their places bugged. Like he is coming in hot. And she's like, what do you want? Like, what do you want, Gary? She's not fazed by the photo. She said they'll survive it. He wants her to marry him. He even had a ring. Like he can't wait to sniff her panties again. I told y'all he was sniffing her panties in the closet. Woo, and he even has more plans because them working with the FBI is only going to lead back to Jordan. Because remember, he donated to his campaign. Well, that was cartel money. And all it takes is for him to tell them that he was, I guess he's supposed to be washing the money or whatever. Not, of course, he doesn't know that. Um, but all he has to do is tell them that he blew that money on the party in which he got the pictures and stuff. So he's got him on his political career in embarrassment, and he also has his life in his hands because if he gives that info to the cartel, it's a wrap for Jordan. So what I had that he had kidnapped him, whatever, it was way more cynical than that, and he is serious. He wants her to marry him, or he's gonna do everything that he's threatening. Y'all, what's she gonna do? We see in the next episode she is telling Sabrina about it though. I mean, not Sabrina. It's probably one that I did go live, but I wanted to do it because I'm testing. Um, seeing what works. So yeah, she's telling Fatima about it, and you guys know how Fatima get down. So she's telling Fatima about it. She's got tears in her eyes. I don't blame her. Hopefully these guys will turn on him. She's also, by her spilling the beans, she's compromised the FBI and their situation and what they have going on. So yeah, it's not looking good for our girl Andy. And Hayden is lapping her at this practice. So where is the guy? What was the guy's name? What's his name? The one who had the airplane and all the money, who lived out of country, who is really the VP or whatever, or the president of the company. Which of course they wouldn't have a romantic relationship, but we haven't seen what happened with him. Anyway, this is Duchess here with a live Sistas review. Very impromptu, not scheduled. I just kind of wanted to see who was here, and y'all ain't nobody in this room. But I'm here for it. So, yeah, this was Sisters. Let me know what you guys think, and I will do a pre-recorded as well. But I just wanted to pop in. So, talk to you soon. Bye.